What's up, YouTube? This is Space Dark, and here with yet more Nikke content. This time it is the ReZero collab. So, for today, I was telling the boys that because of time constraints, real life issues, and whatnot, I had to skip some of the stories here. So, I'm gonna be rating and checking this all out. So to have a memory of this. For me, it'll be nice because it's my first time with a ReZero event. I really like the anime, but I had never experienced it in a game. Alright, let's start. Evocative Cooking A. Sometime later. Wait. Alright, never mind. Scrap that chat. Ain't no shot. I had to evocate it from like here, right? Actually, event story part 1. Alright, forgive my pepeganess. Restart. Let's go. Somewhere up on the surface. Hey, now what do we have here? The collector pulls a book out from the debris. It's been a hot minute since I've seen a book in such pristine condition. With a satisfied expression, he brushes off the layer of dust accumulated on the cover, revealing an image of a golden dragon underneath. It's tough to determine the value just by looking at it. I'm sure there'll be some interested parties, though. I may have just hit pay dirt. With a contented smile, the collector leaves the area. For a brief moment, silence takes over the area, which is then bathed in a blinding light. Soon after, Miss Amelia, are you okay? Miss Amelia, are you feeling okay? Rem? I'm fine. Emily takes in her surroundings. Amidst the swirling puffs of dust, a crumbling city can be seen from afar. Slowly, an unfamiliar landscape reveals itself to Emilia, one unlike anything she has ever seen in Logonica. Do either of you know where we are? Sorry, I have no memory of this place. Me neither, and it's the first time I've seen buildings designed in such a way. I'm also unsure as to where we are. Maybe somewhere outside the Logonica? The three of them exchange bewildered expressions, as none of them can provide an exact answer as to where this place is. Emily places her hand on the crystal at her chest and speaks to the hidden Great Spirit. Do you know what happened, Puck? I'm not entirely sure either. And I don't know why I'm feeling so tired. I'm sorry I can't be of help, Leah. That's okay, you can just rest inside. Miss Amelia, do you remember what you were doing last? Yeah, Rem and I were having lunch and listening to Subaru and then... Sorry, I don't really remember what happened after that. My memory of that event is vague as well. We were enjoying Subaru's story and then... Alright then, mystery solved. You were having lunch, and in the process of being bored stiff by Varus's prattling, you passed out. You then came to, and found yourselves in an unfamiliar place. Somehow along the way, I got caught up in all this as well. We'll have to give Varus a piece of our minds when we get back. Come on, Ram. You don't even know for certain if this has anything to do with Subaru. Miss Amelia is right, sister. Besides, I thought Subaru's story was fantastical and engaging. He must be pulling my leg. Forget about his story for now. Figuring out exactly what's going on here is our top priority. ¿Qué tal, Santi? ¿Cómo está? ¿Se cuenta, bro? Miss Amelia, sister, I say we take a look around the surrounding area. Sounds like a plan. The sooner we find out what this place is, the sooner we can get back to the mansion. The three who appear with the light start to move forward cautiously. Alright, next up, Foreigner A. There you are. Why did you summon me? Let me get straight to the point. Do you remember the D-Wave? Refresh my memory? I suppose you have been through a lot since the last occurrence. Very well. I'll explain it again. We previously discovered a unique entity called the Gatekeeper. This individual emits energy waves that match living creatures' wavelength, known as D-Wave. There were also disturbances occurring in the form of unwanted visitors, humans from other worlds. Our research determined that these extraterrestrial visitors also emitted D-Wave frequencies. We came to the conclusion that they shared a deep connection with the Gatekeeper. Continued research on both the D-Wave and the Gatekeeper allowed us to decipher the Gatekeeper's database. Inside the database, there were records of all manner of objects. These range from what we've seen in our world, like raptures, all the way to fantastical concepts like wizards, warriors, dragons, time-freezing devices, soul synthesizers, and interstellar ballistic missiles. Things that you will only see in works of fiction. However, we discovered that whatever was recorded in the Gatekeeper's database, be it fantastical in nature or not, could be manifested in our world. You mean it could summon these things into existence? More or less. Another way to put it is that anything the Gatekeeper is familiar with can be replicated in our reality. Those visitors who came from another world were also recorded in the Gatekeeper's database. Our current hypothesis is that the Gatekeeper brought them into our world. We have spared no effort in researching whether the D-Wave can genuinely create a living creature from scratch. It came to light that the frequency of the D-Wave is an identical match with sleep waves. That leads us to believe that the D-Wave is a type of energy emitted by the Gatekeeper while it is asleep. All of these organisms, which have manifested, be they living organisms, inorganic machines, fantastical or not, have been conjured from the Gatekeeper's dreams. So whatever the Gatekeeper dreams essentially becomes reality. Right. I'm glad you understand. Haven't we had this conversation before? Never mind. The important thing is that we've detected D-Wave activity. Again? That's right. I would like the counters to go up to the surface and investigate. You're the only ones with any experience dealing with this phenomenon. Very well. In the past 2 incidents, you encountered beings summoned by the Gatekeeper. There is a high possibility of that occurring this time as well, so be prepared. Extraterrestrial beings may not always be peace-loving. Noted. That about covers it. I'll send you the coordinates shortly. Good luck out there. La estoy pasando bien mal en el Cap 27, ese que cancela Burst. Aproveché que hoy estaba libre porque no tuve clase UF. No los puedo matar, pero en otro sí, en el capítulo 27 es una cosa terrible. Para un montón de los launchers. We've reached our destination. The wind keeps up clouds of dust, obscuring our visibility. Okay, we're here, but surely I'm not the only one who can't see a squad. Nope. I just focused all my attention on my glasses, but I still can't see anything. All you did was make a frowny face. How about our comms? Still no signal? Negative. Considering that all the particle concentration is 0%, I believe the D-Wave is to blame. I'm sure it is. That's what happened the last 2 times after all. Everybody stay on your toes. We don't know what might happen out here. Yeah. Whenever D-Wave is involved, weird happenings aren't far behind. I wonder what will come out this time. I'm actually kinda excited. Excited? Master said it himself. The gatekeeper can summon anything registered in its database, including interstellar ballistic missiles. And interstellar ballistic missiles? And interstellar ballistic missiles! When you've got that, who needs anything else? See, you're awfully excited about this whole thing. You bet! I want to see firepower that can pierce the sky! Firepower! Firepower! Call me crazy, but I'd much rather not see anything of that sort. Wait a moment. Rabi, assuming the lead position, raises her fist in the air to stop everyone. There is something there. Rabi points towards an indistinct silhouette vaguely visible through the dust. I think it's getting closer. Unknown individuals approaching. Commander, please step back. Rabi aims her weapon towards the silhouette. Rabi? There's no harm in being cautious. ¿Qué dices si pasaste la campaña con 40k de sobre? Tengo rocas para que quede. Aunque no sé por qué se me hacen más difícil conseguirla. Hoy sí, yo igual he estado re pobre de roca esta semana, sentí. De hecho, aquí en Global ya llevo 2 días que no me han dado roca. En NA sí me dieron una roca. Hoy día. Amidst the tension, the silhouette finally reveals itself. I'm telling you, I heard a voice speaking in this direction. Stay back, Miss Emilia. These people are not civilians. They're armed. Rem. Okay, Rem. 3 young girls emerge from the dust. 2 of them have short hair and adopt a defensive stance. I believe we've found the beings summoned by the gatekeeper. They seem rather wary of us. What should we do, Commander? Let's try talking to them. Okay, I'll give it a shot. As Anise motions to step forward, Rabi stops her. Not now. We'll have to talk later. Good grief, what timing! Okay, I pause here. She says that, but she's looking awfully happy, dude. Commander, a group of raptors are approaching from the left. Permission to engage? Permission granted. Roger. Encounter. And yeah, so the fight goes and the foreigner B. Man, this bunch is more persistent than usual. Be careful, enemy reinforcements. Anise, Neon, secure your positions. No, we can't stand by and do nothing. Rem, we should help. If they were bad people, they wouldn't have protected us by fighting those things. I agree with Miss Emilia. I don't think those people intend to harm us. Very well. However, we mustn't let our guard down. I'll take the lead. I'll go with you. Ram, you take the rear. Okay, Rem, make sure you protect Miss Emilia. You be careful as well, Ram. Alright, let's go. All clear. Thank you for helping. You're not hurt, are you? Rabi instinctively raises her weapon, then sighs and lowers it. No, we are the ones who should be grateful. Thanks to you, we can take a breath now. That was some amazing firepower you've got. Especially you with the blue hair. Rem, was it? You are amazing. What was that crazy looking weapon you had? It looks super sharp. Every time you swung it, it blew the raptors to smithereens. Wham! Pow! Are you talking about this? It's just an iron ball for self-defense. Can an iron ball really have that fantastic firepower? Ren, you're really amazing! You have a keen eye. That's right, my sister is both cute and strong in equal measure. On top of that, she excels in cleaning, doing laundry, cooking, and sewing. You flatter me, sister, but I have no hopes of ever competing with you. Really? Your sister's firepower is even more impressive? Have any of you seen the Gatekeeper by any chance? Gatekeeper? Anis, you might need to explain a few things first. You think so? I'll explain. I go over the situation with the gatekeeper in great detail to Emilia and her group. So those Mabists that we fought are called those things that ambushed us. What do you call them again? Raptures. So one of these raptures, called the gatekeeper, is what brought us here? Bingo, you got it. So not only are we not in Lugunica, but we're in an entirely different world altogether? Almost impossible to believe. I get it, but considering our current situation, I'd say we don't have much choice but to accept it. Back to our initial question, have any of you seen the gatekeeper? That was our first time ever seeing one of these raptors. I don't recall ever seeing this gatekeeper thing you're talking about. How about where you ended up when you first arrived? Was there anything that could potentially be a clue leading to the gatekeeper? When we woke up, there was nothing around us. No noticeable traces left behind by anything either. Sorry, we know that's not of much help. Don't worry. This isn't the first time we've gone through something like this. If anything, it'll be weird if it all went smoothly. I don't think we'll be getting much more information here, Commander. I suggest returning to the Ark for now. Yes, let's go back. ¿Te imaginas que un día aprende stream y que de la nada a los 30 segundos directo te lo paguen con el canje? O sea, para eso está el canje. ¿Y no sacaste ni a Ram ni... Digo, ni a Rem ni a Emilia? Uff, intenta a lo menos con Rem, Senti. Está súper bueno el kit de ella. ¿Kit? Nah, no es lo que te estáis perdiendo. De verdad lo que te estáis perdiendo. Mira, lo único que te voy a decir, Rem te sirve para Scarlet Black Shadow. Ahí nomás te la dejo. Le va a aumentar el daño. Y mucho. Alright, let's continue on. New conjecture. ¿No la utiliza? Ahí. So you've spoken with our interdimensional visitors, but they haven't had any interactions with the gatekeeper. Correct. How was their demeanor? They were cooperative. I'm glad. Our only problem lies with the gatekeeper. Was any D-wave detected while we were up on the surface? If so, were we able to determine the source? I was actually going to tell you about that. We're detecting the waves from a different location this time around. Where precisely? When I first called you, I thought we could solve this problem by finding the gatekeeper on the surface and waking it up from its sleep. However, this time something strange has happened. What do you mean? We are detecting D-wave inside the Ark, and in very strong concentrations. To be precise, we are picking up signals from a mansion located on Royal Road. The owner is a food connoisseur who writes for the food magazine Perfect Cooking. He is also known for purchasing abandoned items collected from up on the surface for a hefty price. What kind of items? The central government speculates that one of the items he recently purchased may have been something conjured up from the gatekeeper's dream. Another thing to note is that the D-wave emanating from that location is pointing in a specific direction. If we want to get to the bottom of this, we need to do some digging. And in order to do that, we need to get our hands on that item. Why doesn't the central government go and confiscate it? If it were up to me, that's precisely what we will do, but there is only one problem. This connoisseur has been making substantial donations to medical organizations for some time, and he has acquired no small amount of influence within the Ark. If the central government were to intervene prematurely, we could end up accidentally leaking the existence of D-Wave to the outside world. and that is something we should avoid. So, with that being said, I'm hoping that you can go retrieve the item for us. What am I supposed to do? Sneak into the mansion and steal it? Not at all. If security over there was that lax, we would have paid for it long ago. What then? The man regularly holds cooking competitions at his mansion. During these competitions, he awards one of the items he has collected as a prize to the winner. Each team will consist of 3 people. Win the competition and bring back the item that triggers the wave as a prize. It's the only way to obtain the item without raising suspicion from the outside world. I'm not quite sure I follow. I've already arranged for a spot in the competition. Each team will consist of 3 people. Once you get back, pick out your team and submit your application. If it's you on the counters, I'm sure you will be able to succeed. How in the world do I get myself into these situations? I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to leave. I have an important meeting soon. Got this. Looking forward to hearing good news from you. It's almost like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Good luck. Alright, let's go. Another words cooking, A. So in order to find a way back to Lugunica, we have to obtain a special item from that mansion? Have we seen that item before? Very likely. To get that item, we have to win the cooking contest. We have to win the cooking contest to get back to Roswell. What a weird situation. I'm glad I'm not the only one who finds these all cuckoo bananas. How in the world are we supposed to win a cooking competition? I have a hard time just boiling water. What about you, Neon? I haven't delved much into it myself, but I've got a trick up my sleeve. What's that? Everyone knows fire is a vital part of cooking. So with my powerful fire power, in other words, you haven't cooked either. And you, Rappy? To be perfectly honest, Commander, I don't think we stand much of a chance of winning this competition. Yeah, it will be easier to just break through security and steal the thing. That sounds more appealing to me as well. Or, if we go to the observatory and try and ascertain the origin of the waves, we might be able to pinpoint the gatekeeper's location like we did before. The concentration of the waves being detected in the Ark is too strong. They are apparently interfering with detection equipment up on the surface. In other words, we've got no choice but to retrieve whatever the item is from the mansion. Why did it have to be cooking? What is the competition anyway? I think this will be a challenging task. Don't worry about it. Being put out by others is kind of our thing. Yeah, it is our job. Anyway, when is the competition? The details are on the application form. Looks like we apply here. Neon turns around her tablet, on which the application form is showing. The Ultimate Cooking Contest Extravaganza. What's this? They're talking about the cooking competition. So when is it? Let's see. According to this, the date is next week. Neon, get ready. We are infiltrating the mansion straight away. Got it. We'll use our firepower to bust through their defenses. You guys can help too. It's time for you and I to use our firepower again, Rem. But calm down, please. Is there really no other way we can get that item? I never thought I'd say this, but I actually agree with them. Even you, Rappy? Hey, Rappy. If we want to find a way back to Lugunica, we've got to win this cooking competition? That's right. But you all don't seem to be good at cooking. Then why don't we enter the contest instead? I know how to cook. Rem is also in charge of cooking back at the mansion. The food she prepares is always delicious. It's not that impressive. And Ram? Don't be silly. Cooking is Ram's job. I'm in charge of taste testing. Uh-huh. Well, they are mates after all, so they've at least got to be better than us. What do you guys think? I feel bad for throwing this all in their lap, but I think it's our only real shot of winning the competition. Yeah, yeah. Alright, then if you all don't mind, I'll write down your names on the application. Got it. It's also to our own benefit to win this thing, so we'll try our best. Great, that's the spirit. I write down 3 names on the application. Ram, Emilia, and Rem. We trust that you'll win. The application has been submitted. Now we just have to wait until the day of the competition. May I ask where the kitchen is? It's inside. May I use it for a moment? You've done so much to help us, and so I want to make you something to thank you. I also want to do some practice before the competition, so you don't have to do all that for us. Ooh, extraterrestrial cuisine. This is a one-of-a-kind opportunity, Master. We barely use the kitchen anyway, so we might as well let them borrow it. It won't hurt anything. It's a bit unusual to have your guests serving you food, but okay. The kitchen is all yours. Thanks. I'll see what I can whip up. My food is gonna be so good it'll make you see stars. Surely. You stay right here. Emilia scoots off into the kitchen. Go knock him dead, Ram. Okay, Ram. I'm going to help Miss Emilia then. Ram follows after Emilia. Next up, another words cooking beef. For a while now, strange sounds have been emanating from the kitchen. Miss Emilia, I don't mean to cause offense, but did you just put in there? Ram, didn't you know? Doing it this way allows us to cook a lot of ingredients at once. But what about the taste? Purple smoke begins to slowly seep from the kitchen. No, Miss Emilia! You should add the seasoning bit by bit while tasting it along the way. No worries, I'll just contract it with some more of this. Now all we've got to do is boil it. Can I use this to adjust the heat? Yeah! The smoke from the kitchen becomes thicker. Is everything okay in there? Rem's in there, so it should be fine. At the very least, it should be edible. The chalk face on Neon though. A moment later. Finito! Enjoy it. I wasn't sure what everyone's preferences were, so I made a bit of this and that. I hope you enjoy it. Emilia and Rem each bring out the food that they had prepared individually. The table is soon filled with a cornucopia of homemade desserts, including cookies, pies, and a massive bowl filled with a sticky purple liquid. I don't even know what to say. Right off the jump, I've gotta ask, what's up with this purple stuff? Didn't even know it was possible to make a soup this color. Did I make too much? It's not quantity that's the issue. Well, there is a bit of a problem in quantity too. Usually, the only stuff we see that looks like this is Emma's cooking. Who's Emma? Anyway, this is my own special creation, so dig in. Emilia offers the soup she made to everyone. Like I said before, you've done so much for us, Commander. So I'll give you the honor of trying it out first. Yeah, what she said. Ravi avoids making eye contact with me. They did go through all this effort to make it for us. I close my eyes and try the soup. Contrary to its unappetizing appearance, it's actually not terrible. It is, however, cloyingly sweet, to the point where I can feel a slight headache coming on. It's very sweet. Yeah, too sweet. I can feel myself forming cavities as I eat it. I feel like my head's spinning. Rem and I were looking through the ingredients in the kitchen, and I thought the purple fruit had such a pretty color to it. It tasted sweet, so I put a lot in. May I ask how much you put in? It was quite a lot. Healthy amount. I tossed in all that was available. Oh god. I figured the more tasty things you put in, the better the soup will be. Put in every last one you found? No wonder the soup came out this color. In addition to that, I used a whole bunch of other ingredients. So there should be plenty of nutrients in there. There are all sorts of goodies in there, so eat up. I mean, there's more. I look back towards the kitchen to see several more large bowls filled with the same purple soup. Why did you make so much? And where did you get all those bowls anyway? I believe none of you have had a meal yet, right? Don't worry about not having enough bowls. I've made a lot of ice bowls as backup. You what? How? I shift my focus to the sweets that Rem baked. Rem's desserts are not only visually flawless, but also divine in the texture, aroma, and taste. Delicious. It's wonderful. This pie is to die for. Naturally, Rem made it after all. I brought some tea meant to go with Rem's cookies. Enjoy. Specially brewed. Commander, may I have a word? Rappy leans in and whispers in my ear. I think we need to find another way to retrieve the item. If we go the cooking route, I don't think our chances of success are all that high. The bowl of purple soup sits before me defiantly. I think you may be right. The taste isn't the only thing that the judges will be critiquing. They will also be considering the appearance, texture, and aroma. In that regard, Emilia's cooking leaves a bit to be desired. But Rem seems to be capable in the kitchen. If we have Emilia and Ram act only as assistants, we might still have a shot. If you insist. Ooh, our application got accepted. Apparently, we can't make any changes to it once we submit it. Neon turns around her tablet. On the screen is the application form for the cooking contest we filled out earlier. Stamped across the application in bold red lettering are the words "Application approved." Uh-oh, Commander, did you read the fine print of this application? What fine print? There is a bunch of it at the very bottom of the page. This contest will assume a time-based format wherein each individual on a team will take turns before submitting a final dish. Please note that the order in which the contestants will cook be determined based on the order their names were written on the application. Ram, Emilia, and Rem. Anise, Neon, get ready. We are infiltrating the mansion. Wait. We can keep that in our back pocket, but there is still some time left until the competition. You saying there is another way? Emilia, Rem, come here for a moment and take a look at this. What's wrong? I show them the fine print written on the application. The contest is carried out in a very specific manner. I've never cooked in this way. Will it be okay? I have shared cooking duties with Sister before, but this taking turns thing is a first for me as well. This could be a bit of a challenge. Until the competition comes around, you all can practice. Practice cooking, you mean? I know just the people who can help. Alright, I'm gonna make a pause here for a bit because I need to get some coffee. So I'll be right back, boys. Alright, I'm back. For the little break. I needed to take a quick break though. Alright, back on topic. Go to the next chapter. Seeking help. Yes, the maid cafe, of course. Welcome as... And there she goes. Soda trips, shattering the plate that she was holding. I was wondering when you'd come again, master. As Cocoa greets me, she accidentally bungles the picture she was drawing with the ketchup. I should stay somewhere where I won't disrupt their work. As I go to sit in the corner, Aid approaches me. Hello, master. Would you like to order something? I'm fine for now. Oh, you perhaps have something to discuss then? I do, in fact. I came to ask for your help. Me? I have some friends who are practicing for a cooking competition, and I thought you might be able to help. You mean the competition at the connoisseur's mansion? Right, how did you know? I heard about it by chance. But it's a famous competition then. Oh yes, anyone who has even a passing interest in cooking will have heard about it. If it's okay with you, can you help us out? I am a bit preoccupied with helping Cocoa and Soda craft up a new menu for the cafe. If your friends wanted to join us, I don't think it would be a problem. That would be fantastic. Very well. I'm not sure how much help I'll be, but I'll do my best. Thank you. Don't mention it. I'm just glad I can repay you in some way for all the help you've given me. I have a few things I've got to take care of, but I'll be right with you when I'm done. That's how I came to be your teacher today. My name is Amelia. I look forward to working with you. Likewise. I am Rem, and I am Ron. There. Is there anything we can help you with? I don't think so. Cocoa, Soda, you should know better than to stare. You two are bad enough to make anyone feel self-conscious. Oh, sorry, it's just been a while since we've seen another maid. I've never seen twin maids. So cool. And that pink hair, the telltale sign of a professional maid. Cocoa gives a thumbs up. Everyone knows that sister is the best. What was that you were saying about telltale sign? You look like a maid yourself. Let's continue with the introductions, shall we? Oh, I'm Soda, and this is Cocoa, the head maid of Made for You. Nice to meet you all. She must be quite skilled to have become a head maid at such a young age. That's because I'm a professional. This is gonna be fun. I think that about covers the greetings. Let's get started cooking, shall we? Just a moment, Abe. I have something to say. The culinary path is harsh and treacherous. Even I, a professional maid, have found it taxing. Oh, sorry, I skipped a little bit of text. Are you ready to take on this challenge? Yes, I'm ready. Everyone seems to be in high spirits. She's been like that ever since she had that soup she made. I think she doesn't want to be the reason we lost the competition. I think she's also butthurt about how sweet her soup was. It was though. That stuff nearly gave me diabetes. I won't pretend that I'm perfect, but I'll do my best to help you where I can. Look forward to working with you. Now, what ingredients do we have here? Actually, I used up all the ingredients. Huh? I made more than enough soup just now. I see. Amelia, we are not joking when we tell you the culinary path is an arduous one. You must steel yourself for what's ahead. Okay, I'll try my best. And with that, the special training from Made for You commences. Adventure Story A, let's go. The dish we are going to be making is curry rice. Curry rice? What an invaluable experience being able to learn about another area's cuisine. I'll pay close attention so I can make it for Subaru. Isn't it almost dinner time? We should hurry and get started. Right, right. When it comes to becoming a skilled cook, it's all about technique and mastering the basics. Technique? Oh, I'm taking this opportunity to teach you all precisely that. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by technique, but I'll put my best foot forward. Good. In this competition, you're all responsible for collaborating on one final dish, correct? That means it's more important than ever to coordinate with one another. To that end, let's practice cooking with a partner today. How does that sound? No disagreements here. Alright then. First things first. Let's go buy the ingredients we need for a solid curry. If you head down the stairs and go straight ahead, you'll see the store where we usually buy ingredients. There is also an umbrella store that I like. Can you see it, Ram? Ram, there's the ketchup store that I like. And over there, he acts like a child. To be fair, she does look like one as well. Ram, Cocoa is being kind enough to teach you all sorts of things. You should respond to her. I've never seen buildings like this before. They're so shiny, and all of these shops as well. This is the Ark's main street. This is the center of the Ark. It definitely looks like the center as it's bustling with people. Wait a minute. Miss Amelia, do you see that square-shaped area over there? Those people milling about seem to be trapped in it. What do you reckon it's made of? Meta what? Did you say people are trapped? Where? You're probably talking about an elevator. A moment later, in front of the grocery store. From here, let's split up and each gets the ingredients that we want to put in the curry. I've already prepared the essential components, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Hey Ram, there are some special ingredients over there that only I know about. Follow me, and I'll show you. If it were Miss Amelia, who knows? But for me, simple ingredients are enough. Cocoa drags the reluctant Ram into the store. Cocoa certainly is smitten with Ram. That's because she's perfect. It's only natural. Can we go this way? There are plenty of fresh ingredients over there. Known ingredient. Interesting. I've got a whole bunch of questions. Is that okay? Sure. I just hope you're satisfied with my answers. Soda and Rem entered the opposite store. Rem and Ram are both working so hard, I can't fall behind. I'll tell you what to watch out for when choosing ingredients, Amelia. Rem is always stressing how important it is to select the right ingredients. Let's begin. Adventure Story B. Here it is. Yay! I managed to snag my secret ingredients. I didn't realize you would be so enthusiastic. I'm officially exhausted. Rem, I'll leave the rest to you. What do you two get up to? I told her that sometimes, in order to gain something, you lose something. Cocoa gives a thumbs up. Not entirely sure what you mean there, but okay. How'd you fare, Rem? I learned a lot. I asked about how food in the Ark was made. It was all brand new knowledge, which of course was quite intriguing. It was fascinating getting to see all of those new ingredients. Eight's explanations were so riveting, I had no idea so much time had passed. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now that we're done shopping, will we be getting back? Sure, let's go. What's that over there? Emilia abruptly darts off. Emilia? Emilia, you scare us taking off like that. Sorry, but I saw this little girl all alone and I was worried. In front of Emilia, there is a girl who is bowling. Whose child is this? Looks like she got lost. Hello, I'm Emilia. What's your name? Clara. Clara, that's a cute name. My daddy gave it to me. Where is your dad? He came here with me, but I can't find him. Would you like a chocolate? Clara? Thank you. Clara's crying ceases once she eats the chocolate. Would you all like to go ahead without me? What? I'm going to help Clara find her dad. I don't feel comfortable leaving her alone. But Miss Emilia... Got it. You're not exactly familiar with this place either. If it's just you who stays back, the two of you are sure to get lost. But I can't just leave her alone. Hey, I'm sorry, but can I ask you for another favor? And what will that be? You go ahead and take everyone back. I'll stay here with Clara and Emilia. Sorry to make you have to carry all the shopping bags. There's no need to be sorry, Master. Cocoa, Soda, let's head back. Rem, you should go back with them. I'll stay here with Miss Emilia. Okay, 8, you can share some of the bags with me. Except for Emilia and Ram, who decided to stay with Clara, the rest of the group heads back to the cafe. Where should we start looking? It'll be tough finding her dad in such a crowded place. True. Let's take her to a CPU. Excuse me? The police? Police? You know, the people who patrol the streets and catch criminals? Do you mean guards or knights? Did you say knights? I know about knights. Daddy told me all about him. He says that the knight is a hero who saved the princess from raptures. Wow, what an impressive knight. Yeah, a long time ago there was a princess living in a castle. As Clara continues her story excitedly, Amelia listens with rapt attention. The knight rushed in with a huge spear, and the raptures guarding the castle all exploded like boom, boom! Just when the knight was about to be killed, my dad appeared in the nick of time and saved him. It's clearly a fairy tale, but I hope Clara believes it to be true. Apparently. Is this a CPU close by? If we are taking Clara there, now will be the perfect time since she stopped crying. Alright, let's head over there. The story about a brave knight rescuing the princess, the story about a Nikke destroying a large raptor, the story about explorers discovering ancient ruins. There is one common thread in the stories that Clara told. Thanks to my dad, the adventure ended safely. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, Clara's dad must be really strong. I got wrapped up in the stories. They're certainly more interesting than the stories Barusu comes up with. Come now, Ran. Subaru's stories may be eccentric, but they're still quite fun. And they're true. Every story my dad tells is real, and I've got proof. Once I get better, my dad and I are gonna go on adventures up on the surface. Yes, I hope you get better soon. It sure will, Dad promised. And when we do, I'll be able to tell you more stories. I look forward to that. Perhaps we should wrap up story time for today. Got it. It's time to say goodbye. The commander is right. Time to say goodbye. Ah, so you're Cipe? Would it be okay to take Clara now? Yes, please help her find her father. Don't worry, we already received a missing person report earlier. I'm willing to bet that will be Clara's dad. Alright then, say goodbye. You two really bonded in a short amount of time. Thanks for listening to my stories, Emilia. Will I get to see you again? Yes, we can play again next time. Next time you can tell me all about your adventure. You bet. May the spirits bless you, Clara. Got it. It's just something we say when saying goodbye. It means we hope that you will be well until we meet again. See you guys later. See you around, kiddo. Be safe. I'll go for the next. Another World's Cooking A. I am back. How's Clara doing? You'll be reunited with her dad soon, don't worry. That's music to my ears. Since Amelia is back safely, we can start cooking. Yes, we should start before it gets too late. Everyone, please wash your hands and gather in the kitchen. We're going to be making curry rice. We'll quickly go over the recipe and then break off into pairs to give it a spin. Once we've made our curry, we can serve it to the members of the counters to thank them for cleaning the kitchen while we were out shopping. Sorry for leaving the kitchen such a mess. Thank you, everyone. I'll repay you with some delicious cooking. Alright then, as for who will pair up with who, I already know who I want to partner up with. Pink goes with pink, everybody knows that. Alright, Coco and Ram will be a pair. And then let's just have everyone pair up with whoever their shopping partners was. Looks like you and I are going to be a team, Soda. Alright, I'll try not to drag you down too much. I guess I'm with you, Wade. That's right, I'll guide you through the basics. Now that we're partnered up, let me go over the recipe. The main advantage of curry is that it's highly customizable, and you can add all manner of different ingredients to it. Wade proceeds to give a brief rundown of how to make curry. Seems simple enough. I think I can do this. Looks like everyone is ready to go. Let's start cooking. My curiosity gets the better of me, and I head into the kitchen to see how everyone is doing with their curry. What kind of curry are you two making? Watch out, master, it's dangerous! Soda, who is carrying a plate full of prepared ingredients, trips and loses her balance. Using a frying pan, Rem catches all of the falling ingredients in mid-air and even grasps Soda's hand so that she doesn't fall down. You did a good job preparing the ingredients, thank you. I should be the one thanking you. After water, however. Uh-oh, the curry looks a little burnt. It appears it wasn't stirred sufficiently. If we remove the bottom part and add more water, there won't be an issue. A while later, if it looks like it's about to overflow, just reduce the heat. Oh no. If it's too spicy, put in more milk. Ram's superlative cooking skills cover all of Soda's blunders. What's more, she also manages to make several fried dishes to accompany the curry, including a few fried eggs. You're amazing, Ram. Next I'll go see how Ram and Coco are doing. Another world's cooking bee. Go. Cocoa's eyes sparkle as she reduces the sauce. I knew the secret ingredient would be perfect for this. What on earth is this secret ingredient you keep talking about? Instead of answering, Cocoa merely gives me a thumbs up. Looking inside the pot, I notice something pink wriggling about. You're making curry, right? I wouldn't ask questions when you're scared of the answer. Ram, who is off the side peeling potatoes, steps over and covers the pot with a lid. What are you up to, Ram? I'm making my specialty. And what is that?
Surprise, motherfucker!
Hey, what's up, Mr. Fujin? How's it going? Thank you for the stretch. I'll be quick because I am reading the story here for both Twitch and YouTube. So say hi to the YouTubers out there. Yeah, we're saying hi to the red frogs for a change. Steamed potatoes, of course. You've already given up on making curry? What are you talking about? This curry is going to come out perfect. Don't you worry. Inside the pot, the mysterious pink objects continue to wriggle to and fro. Is that what a perfect curry looks like? You're gonna love it, master. I think I'll simply pretend I didn't see anything. I'll go check on Amelia and Abe next. Amelia is focused on prepping the ingredients. You're pretty good at this, Amelia. When I was living alone with Puck, I prepared all the meals. Have you ever cooked for anyone else than Puck? Well, Rem never lets me help in the kitchen. I see. Well, I think we're all set with the ingredients. Let's move on to the sauce. Toss in some butter and garlic, and then stir fry everything in it. Okay. Emilia, the flames don't need to be that strong. Neon mentioned before how firepower is important for cooking. Of course it is, but even more important is knowing the right heat to use. It's the same as with anything else. Whether it's the taste or the quantity that you make, it's all about balance. It shouldn't be too extreme one way or the other. Not too much, not too little. Based on what I've seen so far, it's clear to me that you've got a knack for cooking. As long as you focus on exercising moderation, I have no doubt you'll be able to make all kinds of delicious food. Okay, I will try my best. Thank you, Aid. Emilia starts concentrating on her cooking. With Aid helping her, there won't be any culinary disasters like last time. That's for sure. Mouth-watering smells waft out from the kitchen. Keep at it, everyone. You're doing good. It's nice to luxuriate in a calming environment like this once in a while. Ah! Phew! Pink curry complete. To be honest though, a bit of liveliness isn't so bad either. Eight's recipe A! That will be the next chapter. Let's move on. Mic test, mic test. Can you hear me, Rappy? You're sitting right next to me. Alright then, let's proceed with the inaugural Outpost cooking competition. Drum roll, please! We've got our panel of judges here with us, Rappy and the Commander. Drum roll, please! Huh? We're supposed to be judging? I only came because you told me I could try the curries you all made. Commander, this is all meant to build up to the actual competition. We ought to take this seriously. There is no fun, no meaning in just eating. Yeah, that's right. Winning the competition might be a shortcut to resolving the current D-Wave incident. You and I can consider this part of our mission, and so we should treat it with the appropriate level of respect. Aren't we all taking this just a bit too seriously? Welcome to the inaugural Outpost cooking competition with Soda from the Ark. Let's begin. Up first, drum roll, please. Soda and Rem. Is that my cue? Yes, you can come out now. Soda and Rem step out of the kitchen, bringing 4 plates. Whoa! Soda slips, sending the plates flying up into the air. With a remarkable swiftness, Rem catches the plates falling from Soda's hand and sets them on the table. Please enjoy your meal. Rem, am I imagining things or were you just rocking a horn a moment ago? Additional points for the stylistic flourish. Wow, it looks delicious. Atop the curry is a fluffy scrambled egg, giving it the appearance of omurice. Omurice? Omrice? I think it's omrice, right? Let's give it a try. I scoop up a spoonful of curry, making sure not to miss the egg. The fluffiness of the egg pairs wonderfully with the slight spiciness of the curry. Delicious. It's wonderful. The tempura is super crispy, so... I don't know if they meant to say 2. Pretty sure it said so, right? Yeah, it does. I continue to enjoy the delicious curry Soda and Rem made. It would appear our first team has set the bar quite high. On to the second team. Drum roll, please! The pink duo, Cocoa and Rem. Cocoa and Rem come out of the kitchen carrying 4 plates, containing what appears to be pink curry. Like I said before, you've done so much for us, Commander. So I'll give you the honor of trying it out first. Yeah, what she said. Rappy avoids making eye contact with me. I don't like where this is going. Is this food from another world? Let me add a bit of ketchup. Cocoa proceeds to draw something with ketchup, but it mixes together with the pink sauce, making it impossible to discern what it's supposed to be. Already, enjoy. There. I close my eyes and take a bite. It tastes like ordinary curry. You're right. If anything, it's a bit bland. Do you remember what Ram said before? That the curry will be perfect and I didn't have to worry? Well, sure, that, and how my specialty is steamed potatoes. Ram stuffs a potato dipped in curry in my mouth. It's hot, but it tastes pretty good. The milk curry sauce, when combined with the salty steamed potato, tastes far better than I thought it would. It's quite good. Woohoo! Huzzah! As the two mates pat themselves on the back, I continue to dip steamed potatoes into the curry. Now for the final team. Screw this. I'm getting tired of this whole act. Yeah, me too. Though Neon looked like she was rather happy. Aid, Emilia, get out here. Aid and Emilia come out of the kitchen, carrying 4 plates of what looks like ordinary curry. Phew. Emilia takes a deep breath. This time it's my own creation. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, let's go for a recipe. This time it's my own creation. I hope you enjoy it. With flashbacks of the purple soup coursing through my mind, I tentatively scoop up a spoonful of curry. It certainly looks normal, but what about the taste? How is it? The smell is a bit strong, but it has a standard curry flavor. It's good. Really? What do you think, Rappy? It's delicious. Oh, if you want a more detailed critique? Nah, getting the food we made for ourselves feels kinda awkward, don't you think? Totally. Let's just sit down and enjoy it. Sounds like a plan to me. Let's see. There must be a reason the curry sister made was pink. Wow, it's the same color as sister's hair. Amazing. It almost seems inappropriate to eat something so majestic, but we should eat it while it's hot. Rem is starry-eyed over the plate of pink curry. And they look so cute in there, the all three. God damn, bro. I knew Ram will knock it out of the park. Ram eats the curries with an air of contentment. It turned out well. It's thanks to you, Aid. Aid and Emilia enjoy... No, sorry, and Emilia enjoys herself as we all sit down for an enjoyable meal. Bro, I can't English. What the hell? It's getting late, so we should wrap things up here. All of you did really well. Before we leave, however, I have one final thing to ask. Emilia, what is your reason for wanting to make delicious food? Is it just to win the competition? Of course I really want to win the competition, but when we first got here, we were so discombobulated and you all were so nice to us. I realize this is hardly enough to repay you, but nevertheless, I wanted to make it as delicious as possible. I wanted to take first place, so I could head back to Lugunica and also repay you all for your kindness, all using the very same delicious dish. Perhaps I was overreaching. Don't worry. Emilia, this is my final piece of advice. When you're cooking, you need to think about various factors. It's especially important to think of who will be eating your food. If you think of that person and put your heart and soul into it as you are cooking, you will end up with a delicious meal every single time. Put your heart and soul into it. I think I know what you mean. And for Ram and Ram, when you're cooking together with someone, it's important to cover each other and make up for each other's fault. Although I must say, from watching you both today, I think that you are already well aware of this. I'll keep that in mind. I just hope you all do well in the competition. That night, not too much, not too little. Just right. Put your heart and soul into it. There you are. Yeah, I wanted to practice a bit more. Miss Amelia, don't push yourself too hard. Preparing and practicing for the competition is important, but in the event, we... Nothing, it should be fine. They all have helped us immensely. That the least I can do is do what I can to help. I see. After Ram finishes speaking, she sits nearby and starts preparing the ingredients. There is still a bit of peel left. The trick is to hold the knife still and turn the ingredient that you are peeling. Here, I'll help. Also, Miss Emilia, it's important to adjust the heat based on the stage of cooking. Thank you, both of you. That night, the flames in the kitchen stayed lit for a long time. Recipe for you to be continued. That's the end of part 1. So now we go to event story part 2. Evocative cooking A. Let's. Sometime later, the day of the competition, at the connoisseur's mansion. Wow, this is where the competition is being held? This place is massive. It still doesn't hold a candle to Roswell's mansion, but it seems to be the closest thing they have here. Where? That's the place we live in, back in our world. Ram and Rem work inside the mansion, whereas I was there studying for the royal selection. I see. What kind of person is Roswell? It's a bit hard to explain. Sometimes he seems weird, but other times he feels reliable. So great is His Majesty that it is impossible to put into words. I'll drop the subject. You say he is living in a mansion more palatial than this? It must have been a challenge to keep everything in order. Not at all. There were no issues of any sort. That's because we had Rem on our side. You're telling me Rem handled the upkeep all by herself? Do not underestimate Rem. She is able to handle everything on her own. Can perform her tasks flawlessly. I can only do so because of Sister's assistance. And Subaru is also lending a helping hand. Ah yes, we mustn't forget about Subaru. He's working hard. Right, I nearly forgot about Baruzu. We'll have to teach him a lesson when we get back. You still highly believe Baruzu is involved in our being transported here? How come they let Rem call him Baruzu? I don't think I've ever heard Rem call Subaru Baruzu. There is no way he's not involved in this, at least in at least some capacity. You mustn't jump to conclusions, Ram. There is no way to know for certain if Subaru has anything to do with this. I haven't met this Subaru yet, but I'm starting to get a sense of how he is treated. Do you think it'll be okay to leave Subaru on his own? He must be looking for us right now. I hope he's not too sad. He is probably using this whole predicament as an excuse to slack off. I'll have to formulate an appropriate punishment for that as well. Rather than Baruzu, I am more worried about Roswell and Beatrice. Let's win this competition quickly and hurry back to the mansion. Yes. By the time their conversation has ended, we have reached the end of the long hallway. In front of us is a robot standing before a door which leads into the lobby. Present your invitation. I take out the invitation from my pocket, on which is written, present this invitation upon entering the competition hall. Each team is allowed a +1, for whom a supplementary invitation has been included therein. Right, so I got this little robot thing, Looks like the lifter robot from the Lost Sectors. Aún sigo aquí. Ayan senti. Identification chip confirmed. After passing the hallway, you may proceed straight to the lobby. I kinda got tired of the robotic voice. The glamorous grand entrance hall is filled with gathered participants. That laugh sounds awfully familiar. Now is my time to shine. Everyone will witness my true villainy. Yes, today we shall settle the score once and for all, Drake. How exactly are you two planning on achieving that? My villainous cuisine will pummel her puny heroic dish. My heroic cuisine will rise above her execrable villainous cuisine. But we're supposed to be on the same team. And how in the world is food villainous or heroic? Hey, it's just food. Bro, I pretend I didn't see them. A villainous dish speaks for itself. Any fool knows that. And the same goes for a heroic dish. You will do well to remember that going forward. Fine, I guess it's my fault for asking. Let's just get out of here before we get roped into something. Do you know them? No, at least not today. I don't. Just for the day, bro. On the other end of the reception area, various items foraged from the surface rest inside a display cabinet. Old bedsheets, a compass, and more line the shelves. Amongst these various collectibles, what catches Rem's eye is a beat-up pot. What are these things? These are ordinary objects from how life used to be up on the surface. They don't seem to have much value, certainly not enough to be put on display. They may not be valuable in a monetary sense, but they once meant a lot to someone. So putting them on display like this must have some meaning. Hey? Hey, good morning. Hey there. How have you all been? The whole squad is here, made for you, represent! Let's go to the next, evocative cooking bee. Hey Soda, hey Cocoa, what are you all doing here? How tragic, yesterday's friend has become today's enemy. Oh, how my heart breaks. Enemy? Us? Allow me to interpret. Made for You is also participating in the competition. So for today at least, we are in opposition to each other. Although I of course wish you the best of luck. Should have known. From the very beginning you seemed oddly well informed about this contest. We knew we would be participating, so of course we look up the details. Why didn't you tell us? If you knew you were participating in the competition as well, would you have allowed me to show you the ropes when it came to cooking? You see, that's why I didn't say anything. I know you're a good person, and you wouldn't want an unfair advantage. Thank you. For being so considerate. Don't worry about us though. Working together with you all gave us plenty of time to practice ourselves. Yeah, we even managed to make some new additions to the menu at the cafe. You're all so kind, thank you. You don't have to thank us. We've got this in the bag. Ram, it's time to determine who the real pro maid is. There can be only one professional maid with pink hair. So I'm gonna come at you hard. Sounds like you're taking this quite seriously. Very well. Like they say, go big or go home. We've signed up for this competition, so we might as well win. Agreed, although I'm not exactly comfortable competing against our friends who have helped us. We didn't come here to lose. May the best team win fair and square. Well said. Good luck, everyone. It'll be a bit awkward if we were to root for just one side. Good luck, everyone. Thank you. Hello, can you hear me? Is that a microphone? Look, someone is about to make a speech. A middle-aged man has stepped onto the podium. Can everyone hear me in the back? Yes? Good. Now that everyone's here, allow me to begin by explaining a few of the guidelines. Much like the previous events, the gourmet magazine Perfect Cooking has prepared a unique theme for this year's competition. That theme is to create a dish which is evocative of the past. What a wonderful theme indeed! In the morning, each team will decide what dish to make and be given time to prepare their ingredients. In the afternoon, everyone will gather in the competition hall and finish their dish. As was previously stipulated, each team member will take turns cooking to complete one singular dish. The specific criteria we will be using to judge the dishes will be made clear later. As for now, I simply want to express my gratitude to all the participants for attending. And now, let the competition begin! The legendary seasoning A. Let's go. So this is the kitchen. Looks like we've already got all we need. Yeah, I've confirmed that. The cooking utensils are all ready to go. And we've got all sorts of top-notch splendid available to choose from. There won't be an issue on any of those fronts. We just walk in and you've already checked all this out? For someone who's been a maid as long as I have, you could say it's instinctual. What does that have to do with anything? Splendid? Soda explained to me when we were out grocery shopping. In terms of texture, it resembles a squishy dough. It doesn't inherently have any flavor. The food here is made by kneading together different splendamine and incorporating other additives to enhance the flavor and aroma. If you do it right, apparently you can end up with something pretty close to the real thing. If I'm not mistaken, even fruits and vegetables here are made using splendamine. I used them when I was cooking before and didn't even notice. The pimento smell exactly as it should have. Come to think of it, Miss Emilia, sister, do you remember the theme of the competition? Yes, we have to make a dish that is evocative of the past. Sounds simple enough, but I wonder what exactly they're asking for. I presume they mean something that, when you eat it, brings back good memories. Like all the delicious food Ren made for us. Like Ram's steamed potatoes. I never can get enough of those spuds, especially when they are dipped in mayonnaise. Other than that, does anything come to mind for you? I close my eyes and reminisce. An old memory from up on the surface bubbles up. In this frigid cold, securing sustenance is your top priority. I don't see anything edible. Look harder, then. There are plenty of top-tier protein sources around us. Dove catches a caterpillar. Like this little guy, for example. Actually okay to it. Tove's eyeballs the caterpillar intently. No, this isn't right. You're a human, whereas I'm a Nikke. You need this way more than I do. You don't have to do that. Tove plops the caterpillar in my hand. Somehow I get the feeling that someone watching from afar with a scope is drooling. Snow White. I'm not sure if that's the best memory to go with. Another memory once again from up on the surface. Speaking of which, these rations are a precious commodity, so eat them sparingly. Snow White places something in my hand. It's a... Before I can recall any more details, the memory goes hazy. That won't work either. Are you okay, Commander? I am not sure. I think I've had enough reminiscing. I can see the pain in your face. Ara, how did you get in here? Hey there, Emilia. Did you get turned around again? I can't be here unless you're a participant. I came because I have something to talk to you about. Oh? Yeah, and it's super important. I'd love to hear it, but we're in the middle of a competition. Is it okay if I listen to it afterwards? But I've got a secret that will help you win the competition for sure. Did you say secret? I think we ought to hear her out. I knew you'd be interested. If you really want to know, then there is a story I have to tell you first. You might have heard of it, the story of the legendary seasoning. Legendary seasoning? This stuff is out of this world. If you put it into your cooking, it'll instantly become delicious. Really. So scrumptious that anyone who tastes it will beg for more. The knight who teamed up with my dad to save the princess. The Nikke who defeated the large raptor with my dad. Even the explorer who sailed the high seas with my dad. They all fell instantly for my dad's cooking. My dad is a really amazing person. He's a chef, explorer, knight, and all-around hero. It's crazy that something so magical actually exists in the world. I'd be interested in trying something made from this stuff. Me too. One of my greatest wishes is to taste a dish made from the legendary seasoning. Magic seasoning which everyone falls head over heels for. Sounds like a tall tale that Varus will pull out of his rear. It's not made up. I've got evidence. Look at this. Clara chooses a picture of a restaurant. This is the day we came back down to the Ark after doing some exploration on the surface. My dad said he hid the legendary seasoning here. There is a number written on the back of the photo. Are these the restaurant's coordinates? Seems so. This must be where the legendary seasoning is hidden. Laplace? Didn't expect to run into you in a place like this, Birdie. How long have you been there? I was moseying on by when the words legendary seasoning hit my ears, and so I naturally had to listen in. However, I soon realized that I was eavesdropping, which is hardly a virtuous deed, and so I decided to leave my eavesdropping be known. Like a true hero should. I mean, you shouldn't even eavesdrop in the first place. Admitting to it doesn't make it any better, thank you, Maxwell. Most strikingly, this little girl said this seasoning was used by a great hero. I am naturally curious to learn more about it. I shall make it my mission to see that this hero's legacy lives on. Hold on. Off I go! Laplace dashes outside. Too late. This is bad. I mustn't let a hero secure the victory. Everyone, follow me, I'll stop her! Drake also dashes outside. Those fools, they left without even knowing at the coordinates. I mean, looking at. I'm glad someone said it. I knew today was going too smoothly. Hold that photo still for a sec, will you? I'm going to jot down the coordinates. Huh? Got it. Catch you later, cutie. After quickly jotting down the coordinates, Maxwell also makes a swift exit. Oh no, that other lady is gonna steal the legendary ingredients. Did I make a mistake? You did nothing wrong. Also, it's not as if they eavesdropped on purpose. They must have accidentally overheard us while passing by. Clara looks depressed. Alright, that's it. Rem, let's go find that legendary seasoning. We're going to use it to make a dish for Clara. Getting our hands on it might also increase our chances of winning the competition. If it'll help tip the odds in our favor, I see no reason not to go for it. However, this is assuming everything Clara told us is true. I'm on board as well. Let's hurry and go hunt down that legendary seasoning. Okay, it's not far from here, so I'll guide you. Just in case, she'll send the coordinates to Ravi beforehand. Legendary seasoning B. Go. The surface. The weather is nice. It doesn't seem that any raptors are going to show up, at least not for now. Amongst the warm sunlight and cool breeze, there is a hodgepodge of raptor debris scattered everywhere. Call this peaceful? That initial group that rushed off must have taken care of all the raptors in the area, but this is helping us clear a path. Even so, we never know when a raptor might pop out. I'll be on the lookout. Leave it to me. Okay, I'll leave it to you. Oh, Ram, you seem awfully lackadaisical for being up on the surface. That's because I have full faith in Ram. Hey, Miss Emilia, sister, do you see that over there? What are they doing? A moment later. Wahahaha! About time you all showed up. I've stopped Laplace dead in her tracks. It's like I promised. Drake is proudly standing while restraining Laplace. Let me go! I can't allow the legendary seasoning to fall into a hero's hands. That seasoning should be used in a villain's dish. If all you do is stand here and hold me back, you won't be able to get the legendary seasoning either. Well, we can't have that. Drake releases Laplace. That legendary seasoning is mine. Drake then moves as if to start out running. Oh no you don't! Laplace leaps onto Drake and holds her back. Let me go. I can't allow all the legendary seasoning to fall into a villain's hands. That seasoning should be used in a hero's dish. If all you do is stand here and hold me back, you won't be able to get the legendary seasoning either. Well, we can't have that. Drake releases Laplace. More like Laplace releases Drake. That legendary seasoning is mine. After coming closer, we encounter Maxwell staring at Drake and Laplace in disbelief. What in the world is going on here? I was wondering the same thing myself. Frankly, I also want to know why they participated in the cooking competition in the first place. Let me go! You're the one holding on to me! Oh, you're right. Can't allow the legendary seasoning to fall into a hero's hands. Is it okay to just leave them like this? It'll be fine. They will eventually tire themselves out. A moment later... I have a suggestion. Fine, I'll humor you. How about we find a way to settle who gets the seasoning first, fair and square? Huh, you really think you can beat me? Very well, you're on. Hero dash! What? She just took off running without... I thought she was supposed to be a hero. This is bad. We can't let them have the seasoning all for themselves. Rem, let's hurry. Yes. This is starting to become more trouble than it's worth. I think we should tag along as well, Kitty. Fine. All of us take off running. Can we take a break? I'm struggling to keep up. We have really screwed the pooch here. At this rate, they're going to leave us in the dust. Ram sighs with exasperation while being carried by Rem. Our commander, I'm sure you formulated a few ideas to get us out of this situation, right? How is the person being carried the first one to run out of stamina? No matter, fortunately for us, Rem's stamina makes up for it. Come now, we have to catch up to the others before they take all the legendary seasoning. Speaking of which are you thinking of making with the seasoning? We haven't decided yet. A dish which is evocative of the past. What would be good? If we're going to read on our own memories, I guess it will be something we ate often at the mansion. Beg your pardon, Miss Emilia, but my opinion differs from yours. As the one in charge of culinary affairs, the mansion, I have given this matter some serious thought. The meals here have been quite different from those we have in Lugunica. That tells me that our cooking will not evoke any past memories for the people here. Fair enough. I think you have a point. You won't be able to invoke someone's memories with a brand new dish. Precisely. I have mulled it over. And I think we should make a dish that we have eaten together with the people we've encountered thus far. They did help us create some lovely memories. Okay, sure. I think that's a great idea. I have no objections either. And there is one particular dish that we've had a bunch of during our time here. Do you decide on what you're making? Yes, we will be making curry. Peppa aka Pepper A. This place certainly lives up to its name. It's completely decimated. It's a desolate place, that's for sure. There are traces of previous habitation, but everything has collapsed. Wait, did I got to skip? No, I didn't get to skip anything. Did you say that before? The people of this world had their homes stolen from them by the raptures? That's why you're all living underground. That's right. Hearing about it is one thing, but seeing it is another. How long until we reach the destination? According to the coordinates Clara gave us, it will be right in front of us. Not possible. Huh? On that at least we can agree. There's no way the legendary seasoning can be fake. I recognize that voice. It's the person from before all the commotion. I think we have arrived at the right place. Off in the direction of the badgering voices, a restaurant can be seen. In front of the restaurant, the Matisse squad is bickering amongst themselves. Alright, I'm going to explain this one more time, nice and slowly. I analyzed the ingredients, and it's just one ordinary black pepper, okay? There is nothing special about it in any way. Maxwell, there is something you're not taking into consideration. And what is that? That's impossible for the legendary seasoning to be just ordinary pepper. What's going on? Cutie, can you help me out here? We've been at this for ages now, it seems. So you found the legendary seasoning? Yes, but... You bet we found it. Laplace produces a bag of ordinary ground black pepper and shakes it. It seems that this so-called legendary seasoning is nothing more than plain black pepper. So you're saying Clara lied to us? I suppose, yes. Impossible! This must be the legendary seasoning. That's impossible for the legendary seasoning to be just ordinary pepper. Great, let's take this opportunity to show Maxwell just what we can make with this. Fine heroic dish. That's a fine idea. You're gonna eat crow, Maxwell. Once you taste my villainous dish, you will never want to eat anything else for the rest of your life. Let's have a match to see who finishes their dish first. Alright, you're on. Hero exit. What? She just took off running. I thought she was supposed to be a hero. Laplace and Drake disappeared from view. I apologize for my fellow squadmates' moronic behavior. I presume this is what you all came for. Maxwell hands the bag of pepper to Emilia. I figured something like this will happen, so I kept some on me. Those morons don't know the first thing about how to use seasoning. Considering how much trouble we went through to get this, it might as well be used by someone who actually needs it. Thank you so much, we'll put it to good use. It really is just an ordinary pepper. Ah, whatever. Anyway, I better not leave those knuckleheads on their own. See you later. Maxwell runs off in the direction where Laplace and Drake disappeared. I thought it would be bad if they found us first, but they are kind people. What was it? What was it you guys called this again? Pepper? Pepper. I wonder what it tastes like. Emilia opens the lid and pours a small amount into her palm. The smell is... that's... Achoo! The sound of Ram's sneeze resonates up towards the blue sky. Peppa aka Pepper B. The time for preparing the ingredients has passed, and the afternoon has arrived. An announcement rings out instructing everyone present to gather in the lobby. Emilia, did you bring the legendary seasoning? We've got it right here. With this, we'll be able to make you a delicious curry. Yippee! Hello, can you hear me? Oh, I think it's about to start. Can everyone hear me in the back? Good. The time given for preparing the ingredients has come to an end. It's now time to cook using the ingredients that you've prepared. As mentioned before, the theme of this competition is to make a dish which is evocative of the past. May all the team leaders please go in and wait in the kitchen. In case anyone did not hear me earlier, I will repeat one more time how the process will go. The time given for preparing the ingredients. Ram, you're up first, right? That's correct. I hope you make a great curry. I'll be cheering for you. As will I. Leave it to me. Failure isn't in my vocabulary. Ram struts into the kitchen with the utmost confidence. As the team leaders gather in the kitchen, numbers appear on a scoreboard in the center of the room. That's the time limit. They haven't allotted each person much time to cook. We will each have to be efficient. Alright everyone, start your cooking. As the connoisseur shouts, the timer starts winding down, and Ram jumps into action peeling her ingredients. Role is to make sure everything is prepared, that way Miss Emilia and Rem can focus purely on cooking. There is not much time. I'll cut the ingredients into small pieces so that they'll better absorb all the seasoning. In no time, a bevy of well-prepared ingredients are arranged neatly in front of Ram. That should be enough. It was tough. Next up, I've got to make a spice mix that will influence the flavor of the curry. First some of this and then this. Ram dips the tip of her finger into the black powder that we procured from the surface and tastes it. This is high quality pepper. Or was it they called here pepper? At any rate, only legendary seasoning is absurd. Even if it's high quality, it's still just pepper. All that talk about how one taste will be enough to captivate someone. No such seasoning exists. I knew those were stories Clara's dad made up just to placate her. Anyway, what should I do now? The recipe we learned from the Made for You squad doesn't have any pepper in it. If we want to make a delicious curry, we should stick closely to that recipe. Ram regards the black powder in a deep contemplation. Rem, let's go find the legendary seasoning. We are going to use it to make a dish for Clara. Can't go against Miss Emilia. It's a good thing I am the one to start. You would have had all sorts of trouble handling the spices. If we use this so-called pepper, it might be a little spicy, but it's sure to enhance the flavor. Oh, right. Should also steam some potatoes. Time's up! We will move on to the next person. Well done, Ram. I'm up next. I prepared everything, Miss Emilia. I leave the rest to you. Thanks, Ram. Alright, first up, let's stir fry the vegetables and the meat. Emilia gives a quick scan of the ingredients Ram had prepared, then launches herself into cooking without hesitation. Despite her technique being somewhat awkward, Emilia manages to stir fry the ingredients properly, reciting the instructions out loud as she does so. Just the right amount. I don't think there is anything to worry about. A long time ago. Let's go for it. In the waiting room, several displays are installed on one side of the wall, which broadcast footage of the competition venue. Emilia seems to be doing fine. She has complete understanding of how to adjust the heat and the amount of ingredients. It would appear all your hard work paid off. Have you been spying on us in secret? Do we hand you over to the ACPU? There you are, sister. Amazing out there. I expect nothing less. I'll do my best to measure up. I'm sure you'll do just fine. Well done. I only did what was asked of me. More than that, I think I'm on to something. I'll be back. Take care of Miss Amelia for me, Ren. Huh? Where are you going? You should know better than to pester a girl about where she's going. That Ram is, as usual, so short-tempered. Ram browses through the collectibles in the lobby. In order to get back to our world, I need to secure something in this mansion. If what I heard is true, there is a high chance it could be an item from Lubinica. It must be displayed here somewhere. Ram passes by a dented pot, a worn-out bed sheet, and a compass, before stopping in front of a book. How did you... A golden dragon is etched on the cover. The fairy tale book that was in the mansion. That must be it. Excuse me, are you lost by any chance? I believe you should be in the waiting room, should you not? I just found these items intriguing and was browsing. Are you interested in my collection? It's been a long time since I met someone with such good taste. Most people find my hobby absurd and that I'm collecting useless scraps of junk. There certainly doesn't seem to be much rhyme or reason to the collection. If it weren't for your present interest in them, I doubt they will be worthy of display. Also dubious as to their monetary value. I see you don't beat around the bush. Perhaps, but I don't intend to criticize someone else for their hobbies. Where did you get this book? Oh, you mean this? Considering it came from the surface, it's in pristine condition, don't you think? It's written in characters I've never seen before. I'm unable to decipher it. My daughter was terribly curious about what's inside its page, but I wasn't able to read it to her. May I ask if you've seen this book before? No, I haven't. It just reminded me of something who can't even read to save his life. But you're probably talking about Subaru. Very well. Everyone has a right to keep some stories to themselves. If you're interested, I'll share some of the stories behind the items exhibited here. Oh, that's okay. I obtained the compass here in order to aid my search for an ancient underwater ruins. With zero awareness of Ram's evident disinterest, the connoisseur excitedly launches into another story. If you take a closer look at that bed sheet over there, you'll see one of the ends is slightly burnt. It ended up this way because I blew up 3 beds while duking it out with a huge raptor. How do you need to detonate beds while fighting with a raptor? The connoisseur works his way through each item until he stops in front of the dented pot. The knight was attempting to rescue the princess, and just when all hope seemed lost, Ben used this pot. Use it how? To knock out a raptor, of course. He therefore bought himself some time and was able to rescue the princess safely. The knight and princess escaped the castle and live happily ever after. And that's how the story ends. What do you think? It's like a fairy tale for children. Haha, you caught me. The tale told by the connoisseur is one that Ram realizes she has heard before. Filled with heart A. Now that I've shown you around, which will be getting back? It's nearly time for the teams to switch members. Before that, can I ask you something? What is it? 8 told me everything. The items displayed here are things that belong to people from the past and were used in everyday life. They weren't used for something extraordinary like those adventure stories Clara kept rattling off. You're quite perceptive. What's behind you spinning all of those yarns? Why make up all these stories? The point... I have a daughter. She is sick, so she can't be as active as the other children. You don't have to worry, it's nothing life-threatening. It's just that she has to spend most of her time at home, and so she gets bored easily. To evade that, I started telling her stories. It was about that time when I began collecting discarded objects from up on the surface and assigning them these sweeping backstories. She really took to the stories that I was telling her, and so she spends much of her time here in this lobby looking at my collection. Yes, the stories may not be true, but if someone enjoys the telling of them, does that not give them value? Rather than the strict verisimilitude of the story, I believe that what matters more are the feelings put into it. This is the first time I've ever said this out loud. I believe I write for perfect cooking and organize cooking competitions for a very similar reason. Even if a dish is made from splendoline and isn't real per se, as long as someone enjoys eating it, I say there's no difference between it and many other dishes. Does that answer your questions? A moment later, the hallway in front of the waiting room. Sister, I'm back. It'll be my turn soon, so I better head to the kitchen. How did Miss Emilia do? She followed what she's learned and made some delicious curry. I'll do everything in my power not to let either of you down. You be good. With your skills, there won't be any issues. Do what you always do, and you will end up with something scrumptious. When you put it that way, everything should go smoothly. But if we want to get back to Lugunica, we have to win the competition. The other participants are turning out amazing dishes as well, so I can't rest on my laurels and make the usual. We need to put our heart into this while we are cooking and think about who will be eating it when it's done. It's also important that we lavish the ingredients with just as much attention. However, the ingredients here are all made with splendoline, as in they're not real. I wonder if we will be able to produce a meaningful dish. Yes, the stories may not be true, but if someone enjoys the telling of them, does that not give them value? Rather than the strict verisimilitude of the story, I believe that what matters more are the feelings put into it. Even if a dish is made from splendoline and isn't real per se, as long as someone enjoys eating it, I say there is no difference between it and any other dish. Keep your chin up, Rem. Whether it's real or fake, it doesn't matter. Dishes made with splendoline can be just as delicious as any other. Take the curry that you made while we were practicing. You could truly taste the love and care you had put into it. Sister, so hold your head high. This time, everyone will be able to sense the emotions you're conveying in the dish. Yes. How many more? I'm wondering. I'm gonna snoop a little bit. Oh, just a few more. We're currently in Filled with Heart B. Emilia tosses the fried ingredients into the boiling water. Not too much, not too little. Just the right amount. She then pours in the milk, adds the spices, and stirs it all with a ladle. I've got to envision the people I'm making this for. I've got to make it delicious for them. Oh, I'll also make a curry separate from this one with a lot of milk. The smell of curry wafts up into the air. It smells delicious. All this cooking has made me hungry. Wait, Rem? It's time for us to switch. Oh, the time went by so fast. I had no idea since I was focused on my cooking. How is it, Bren? I worked really hard on it. It's delicious. Really? Definitely. Look, it's loads better than the one you made before. The spices are spot on. I'm glad. In that case, you can take over from here. Got this. Rem takes the ladle from Emilia with a smile. After Emilia leaves, Rem checks the time remaining. I have enough time. Trying to bring this home. There aren't any fundamental issues with the trade. With taste, sorry. So all I've got to do is do some minor tweaks with the seasoning. After that, I'll be all finished. I'll also whip up some side dishes for the curry. After a quick assessment of the situation, Rem sets about finishing the curry. She balances the flavors perfectly by adding in the spices and milk that Ram had prepared, and sets about making various accompanying side dishes. Ram smoothly carries out her role. She'll use some of those cute plating techniques that the Made for You squad taught me. Just as the allotted time is approaching its end, Ren fills the plate with curry and carefully decorates it with vegetables and cheese. All done! With that final flourish, Emilia, Rem, and Ram's curry was complete. Time's up! All cooking stops here. Thank you everyone for your hard work. The cooking portion of the competition comes to a close. Now only the judging remains. Right, let's continue on. Sharing Memories A. Restaurant. Now let us commence with the judging. Typically, the evaluation would have been done by myself and the other officials at Perfect Cooking. However, the theme of this competition is dishes which are evocative of the past, is it not? In honor to that theme, we have decided to have all the participants and officials gather here to taste and evaluate the completed dishes. So from now on, feel free to wander around and both taste and evaluate the dishes made by the other teams and submit your feedback. They're really switching up how the evaluation will be done. That's fine with me. The other dishes look positively mouth-watering. First off, I wanted to try the curry you guys made. Okay with you? Of course, but before that, I have a person I want to invite. Will that be okay? Hello. We keep running into each other today. Emilia told me today was the day my wish will come true, and so here I am. I see. Clara, you wanted to try a dish made with the legendary seasoning, isn't that right? Yep. Well, here you are, Clara. Curry made with the one and only legendary seasoning. Whoa, is that a cat? So cute! The curry offered by Emilia is topped up with a cat-shaped pile of vegetables and cheese. This cat is called Pug. It's like a father to me. Cat is like a father. How intriguing. Can I try this curry now? Please, we made it for you after all. Clara eats a spoonful of curry. It's delicious. Phew. I'm glad you like it. How could I not? You guys are super awesome cooks. Oh, right. Was the legendary seasoning where my dad said it would be? Ah, yes, I'm sure you're quite curious about that. Well then, allow me to tell you a story. It's the story of our adventure on the surface to find the legendary seasoning. Emina proceeds to regale Clara about the trials and tribulations we encounter on the way to obtain the legendary seasoning. This legendary seasoning seems to have quite an effect on people. But it's just pepper. What was it you guys call it again? Pepper? Yeah, just ordinary black pepper. Although it's of fine quality, it's just ordinary black pepper, so what's the point in boring her with that story? Still, it doesn't change the fact that it's a dish you fall in love with after one taste. That's because Emilia, sister, and I all poured our hearts into it making it. In other words, the feeling you put into it is more important than the ingredients. Exactly. Now that we've tried your curry, should we check out what everyone else made? While trying the dishes made by the other teams, we encountered made for you. Thanks to Aid's teaching, we were able to make a delicious curry a delicious curry, thank you. I didn't do anything special. Miss Soda, can I try this? Sure, although omurice isn't exactly my forte. Hold on, I'll spray some ketchup on it for you. And for Ram as well. Seeing the two teams share their respective dishes is a heartwarming sight. The curry is delicious. I followed your advice and thought about the people who will be eating it to work on. The finest recipe of all. Yippee! Come to think of it, we have to thank the person who shared this legendary seasoning with us in the first place. You mean Maxwell? I think she's over there. Behold my villainous dish! Is this a cake? Where did my heroic dish go? That lump of coal, I threw it away. Coal? I poured my heart and soul into that. Whatever, the important thing is that you need to try my villainous dish. Absolutely not. Who would want to eat such a... Mmm. Mmm. It's good. Naturally, because I used some of the legendary seasoning. I set out to make barbecue. How did it turn into a cake? Let's maybe express our gratitude next time. How come? They seem friendly enough. If she knew. 1 hour later in the lobby. They're about to announce the results. I'm nervous. Fingers crossed for us to win. As soon as Emilia finishes speaking, the connoisseur comes up to the podium. We've just finished reviewing all the evaluations all of you sent in. Once again, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone who participated in this contest. Now, on to the results. I will announce the top 5 contestants, starting with the 5th place and moving up. Sharing Memories B. Begin. Sorry, I was having my coffee. All of the rankings have been announced and the cooking competition has come to an end. As the delicious aroma that filled the competition hall gradually dissipates, an upswelling of emotions comes to take its place. Congratulations on the victory! The amorous was delicious. I'll have to try harder next time. Oh no, that's not... You don't have to. Well, thank you for congratulating us. The curry was the best. Once and for all, I can finally admit it. You, Ram, are truly a professional maid. You crafted an amazing dish. Emilia, you performed particularly well. Your skills have improved by leaps in bounds in such a short time. A compliment from Aid. I'm so happy. I guess all that hard work was worth it. Still, we weren't able to win. A pity. Joy, regret, and other conflicting emotions all intertwine. Emilia, Rem, and Ram's faces are lined with disappointment at being the runner-up. Even if we call out the judges for having messed up taste buds, we can't really change the outcome, can we? Then that's just how it goes. But since we found our goal, we have to do everything we can to... You really want to know? May I have a moment? I have something I want to say to all of you. Following the connoisseur, we are led into the innermost room of the mansion. Inside that room, hello again. Hello. Clara lies peacefully in bed. Allow me to introduce my daughter, Clara. So you're Clara's dad. I had no idea. Clara enjoyed your curry so much that I wanted to personally thank you all. I apologize if you coming here was any trouble. Oh, thank you for telling us she likes our curry. The reason Clara particularly enjoyed your curry was that it brought back some pleasant memories for her. It did? Yeah, my dad and I used to go camping in the park, and we will always make curry when we did. Huh, that's right. The fact that the curry brought back all those nice memories made it even more delicious. Dad, can we go camping again? Do I? Sorry. I almost dropped something here. Of course we can, when you recover. Okay, I'll get better soon, I promise. That will make me very happy, my dear. Clara, Dad needs to talk with these people for a moment. Can you wait here? Yippee! Shall we continue our conversation outside? I apologize again for calling you all here. I know how busy you are. I simply had to thank you in person. I can't recall the last time I saw Clara eat with such relish. Has she been sick for a long time? Her symptoms have improved a lot, so you don't have to worry. The doctors said she will recover soon. I'm glad to hear that. All of her coughing fits seem to be taking a lot out of her and had me worried. It's understandable. Although she's much better than she was before, it's been years since she last had a hearty appetite. At first I thought that if she ate delicious food made in the cooking competition, her appetite might come back, but not even that was enough to make her appetite return. I was on the verge of giving up. I never thought I'd ever get to see Clara act this way again. So thank you. Well, and truly thank you. While shedding tears and thanking us profusely, the connoisseur takes out a book. On the cover, there is a golden dragon. Sister, isn't this the fairy tale book Subaru used for studying? I believe so. I noticed you had your eyes on this before, even though you said it was your first time seeing it. I could tell from your gaze that it meant something for you. I know it isn't much, but consider this my repayment for you making my daughter so happy once again. The fact the curry brought back all those nice memories made it even more delicious. I will hold on to it. I have a daughter. She is sick, but she can't be as active as the other children. You don't have to worry, it's nothing life-threatening. Just that she has to spend most of her time at home, and so she gets bored easily. To evade that, I started telling her stories. It was about that time when I began collecting discarded objects from up on the surface and assigning them these sweeping backstories. She really took to the stories that I was telling her. And so, she spends much of her time here in this lobby, looking at my collection. Oh, you mean this? Considering it came from the surface, it's in pristine condition, don't you think? Its breathing characters have never seen before, so I'm unable to decipher it. My daughter was terribly curious about what's inside its pages, but I was unable to read it to her. May I ask if you have seen this book before? Can I spend some time with Clara? Certainly. You said she was curious about the contents of this book, right? I can translate. I will be honored. Hey, what's up, Yale? I mean, if you want, but I'm about to wrap up almost. I'm just a few chapters away from finishing the story, which is going to mark the end of this stream. And that's the end of the story. What do you think? It's always fun hearing a new story for the first time. Although there were hard to understand parts in the middle. Still, thanks for telling it to me. You should thank Emilia. I was only planning to give it a little overview of the story. Don't mention it. I also wanted to read this book to Clara. A super big thank you to you. Alright, I'll head back now. You're leaving already? Clara, you're not completely recovered yet. The cooking competition today must have worn you out. You should rest now. It's really late. We have to go back home now, Clara. We've been away for a long time. Everyone is probably worrying about us. You be chilling? Alright, no worries. Wait, let me... You wanna join here? I don't mind. I see. Will we see each other again? Our home is very far away, so we are not sure when we can come here again. Still, don't worry. We will always remember you, Clara. After getting home, we'll try and figure out a way to see you again. There are many more adventure stories you have to tell us after all. Give me a second. And there you are. When that time comes, be sure to have plenty of stories prepared for us. I sure will. I'll go on all sorts of adventures with my dad and tell you all about them. Next time, let's bring Barasu too. He gets along with kids. Okay. But in order for... Hey there! There you are. Welcome in. Okay, but in order for all of this to happen, you've got to rest and become healthy, okay? Okay, I promise. As I see Emilia and Clara making a promise, and Rem and Ram as they stood with looks of contentment, an unfortunate thought came to my mind, that our time together was quickly drawing to a close. Back home A. Let's go to the next chapter. A few days later, that fairy tale book you brought us is emitting a strong concentration of D-Wave. Just as D-Wave emits from the bodies of those brought from another world, it seems the same also applies to objects brought from another world. So, everything the Gatekeeper manifests from its streams emanates D-Wave? Correct. Although, to be fair, that might not be of the greatest importance right now. Based on our investigation of the book, we've confirmed that the D-Wave emitting from the object points to a set of specific coordinates on the surface. They seem to be identical to the coordinates where the D-Wave originated. I'm sure you understand the significance of that. The book is directing us to the location of the Gatekeeper. Yes. It seems the time has come to put an end to this D-Wave anomaly once and for all. Much like last time, awakening the Gatekeeper should resolve the situation. I'll send you the coordinates. Understood. I'll leave the rest to your discretion. So all we've got to do is awaken the Gatekeeper? Yes, to put it simply. Once the Gatekeeper is awakened, you will be returned to where you came from. We are almost there, so keep your chin up. Rappy, how much longer until we reach the destination? Oops. I accidentally hit my microphone. We'll be arriving soon. Everyone, keep your weapons at the ready. We've arrived. That big lug is sleeping as soundly as ever. As the Gatekeeper, its legs larger than any other raptors we've seen up to this point. Don't psych yourself out too much. Just think of it as a sleeping raptor. I don't think we can approach it further because of the shield. Master, what should we do now? Last time, wasn't there loud bang sound? Oh, it's coming out. The gatekeeper appears in mid-air. Gatekeeper. Commander, permission to engage. Granted. Initiating combat. Counter. Hey, what's up, Mr. Funds? How's it going? Welcome. Sorry I didn't catch you on time, but I was kind of concentrating on the story narration. Alright. Back home B. Boom. The gatekeeper collapses to the ground. Oh yeah, for context, this is after the fight with the gatekeeper. At the same time, the shield blocking our path vanishes as well. Well, looks like it's up now. Just like Neon said, the gatekeeper, awoken from its slumber, wanders around and looks about. In an instant, it leaps up and disappears from sight. It escaped just like before. That means it is time to go back. Sister, you're shining. I'm not so surprised. I've always been a radiant person, as are you. That's not what I meant. You're literally glowing. Miss Amelia too. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with us physically though. Whoa, you're right. That means you are ready to go back home. Sorry that you all had a rough time of it while you were here. Time for goodbye already? So sad. We put you all through a lot. Please, it wasn't boring. We had a good time too. Be sure to think of us from time to time. We will. Tell Coco a bye for me. And say thank you to Miss Soda. And Ada and Clara as well. We'll be sure to tell them you said hello. And Rappy and Neon. Thank you all so much. Because of you that we are able to get home. I will pray that someday all of you will be able to leave the Ark and go home. I know that one day we will. Yeah, like I said, I can't English, bro. To be fair, it's past midnight here, so I'm slightly tired already. Thank you for helping us. Goodbye. Everyone, be safe. I'll be thinking of you. Goodbye. Let's meet again if the opportunity arises. Goodbye. Been fun. Flash. Flashbang! Emilia, Rem, and Ram disappear in a burst of light. Ah, this is the part I always hate. Well, with every meeting, there is a farewell. Let's head back, Commander. Alright. And so we reached the final chapter. Recipe for you. After making my final report to the Deputy Chief, we can officially close the book on the D-Wave incident. Hey, what's up, Blossom? How's it going? Give me a little bit here. I had a few other streamers around too. Let me shout out to wait, let me disable the... No, I'll shout you on the Twitch way, because if I do the normal shout out, it'll play the clips, and since I'm recording for YouTube, I don't really want to have that going on right now. But boys, girls, and everyone in the chat, if y'all aren't following Triblossom, please click the little heart button up there. Be sure to follow Blossom. Pretty fun watch. Cool streamer. Alright, let's continue on. So as I was saying, we can officially close the book on the D-Wave incident. The entire phenomenon came and went without leaving a trace. It's as if nothing ever happened in the first place. It all feels a bit bittersweet. Commander, welcome back. Would you like some? What are you eating? Rappy, Anise, and Neon are gathered around a table in the commander's room, eating something. Upon closer inspection, I realize it's... curry? Yeah, There was some left in the kitchen, along with this letter. Rappy hands over a letter. Meticulous handwriting fills the page. They are characters that I've never seen before. Have a seat, Commander. We've just heated up the curry. As I sit down next to Anise, I notice a bowl of curry topped up with cheese and seaweed bits in front of me. The toppings are in the shape of a cat. I take a bite of the curry made by Amelia, Rem, and Ram, and a marvelous warmth courses through my body. It's delicious, isn't it? I don't think I'll be forgetting this anytime soon. That's right. This curry is second to none. While all of us eat our curry, we still glances at the letter now and again. Even though the content is illegible to us, it doesn't bother us in the slightest. It's the emotions that are being conveyed that are important. Rappy, could you give me another bowl of curry? Our dinner continues on for a long time until we empty the giant pot of curry. Rise it before you and... GG's everyone! We've made it to the end of the event chapters. Or at least the main ones. I'm gonna check out also the minigame story, because we got a little bit of this here. So, ready to order? And minigames was quite fun too. Master, welcome back! Here, let me get you some ketchup, Master. Oh, wait! Dora needs my help. The service bell keeps ringing. I'm a professional maid. I can do this. Oh god. Cocoa, soda, a lot of customers are waiting. So tired. Me too. At night. It was a hard day, everyone. Oh. Phew. We can't keep this up. You both deserve some rest. How about you two take a few days off? Huh? What about the cafe? Luckily, we got ourselves some helpers. They'll be arriving tomorrow. Helpers? They have mastered all the basics. Don't worry about it and enjoy your R&R, both of you. Who are these helpers? Well... Oh yes, that's when Rem, Ram, and Emilia showed up. Alright guys, we have reached the end of all the story reading. So, have a great one, YouTubers out there. I'll be seeing you all in the next video.